Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, guys. It's your boy Rapid Plays here, and we are looking at Roman Triarii today, representing the Spears of Rome 2. What more fitting than a game called Rome 2, and we're having Roman Triarii represent them, and today they are clashing with Naked Warriors. So guys, of course we're doing another game versus game comparison. Today we are doing Rome 2 versus the absolute beautiful game that is Attila. Guys, I love Attila so much. I'm sorry. I will always praise Attila, no matter how much it bugged and it lagged, and it was honestly a horrible game to try to run. It was a great game in my opinion. So yeah, anyways, back to it here. We are looking at these Naked Warriors here fighting against Roman Triarii. The Triarii should have a relatively easy time in beating these Naked Swords, but as you can see here, these Naked Swords are putting up a decent amount of fight right now. Triarii down to 110, 87, 117, 106, and we got 109, 103, and 93 over here. So we're starting to see a few casualties being taken. We already have a unit of Naked Swords breaking down to 64 men. They are wavering here in the center. So Triarii applying pressure pretty early on here, doing a decent amount of damage to these Naked Warriors who are already going to break off the battlefield down to 56 men. They decide to break off from the army, excuse me. But yeah, now we are starting to see quite a decent line form here. These Roman Triarii are advancing pretty rapidly on the flanks of these poor Naked Warriors. We're putting up a valiant fight, but it is just that, a valiant fight. It is not going to be worth it if they continue to go the way that they're going. Here we are starting to see the general set up behind this Oathsworn, holding out javelins, trying to find a place to throw into these Roman Triarii. But the thing about these Triarii is, as you can see, they have massive shields that can soak up these javelins. So let's see how well they can soak them up. And you're seeing a couple casualties, but nothing crazy, because just like I said before, they have these massive shields that can eat massive amounts of javelins there, and that is exactly what happened. The Naked Warriors are falling back off the front line, but are going to re-engage against these Roman Triarii who are pushing up farther. Over here on the other flank, we're seeing Roman Triarii push closer and closer and closer to these retreating Naked Swords here. Naked Swords charging back down to clash with them, but the Romans are not going to be people to sit back. Of course, they're going to push forward and meet these Naked Warriors on the front lines, and that is exactly what they're doing everywhere right now. They are putting the hurt on these Naked Warriors, but they are taking a decent amount of damage in the process. In the front line, you are seeing mostly naked bodies from the Naked Warriors, but you are seeing a decent amount of Triarii littered throughout these piles of bodies here, which is showing that yes, these Triarii are winning the battle, but they are taking a decent amount of casualties in the process, which is of course just not going to be what you want to see as a player using Triarii. If you're losing this many units to Naked Warriors, that kind of leaves you to question, what would these Naked Warriors do to, or what if these Naked Warriors were, I don't know, say some sort of armored barbarian unit. Maybe like if you face 3 units of Oathsworn, would you be able to beat that with 5 units of Triarii? As the battle's currently going, probably not. These Triarii are getting kind of rinsed pretty bad by these Naked Warriors here. The Triarii are holding their own very easily though. They are beating them back, but they are taking a decent amount of casualties in the process. These Naked Warriors are going to be losing this fight relatively easily right now, just because of that fact. The entire left flank has been wrapped up by the Romans. Now we're seeing them push over to try to help out in the center. And so about the lethality of these Triarii, would you use them? I would 100% say yeah, you can use them. This is a very usable unit. Especially in early to middle game, Triarii would probably be a very decent spear unit to use. You could probably set them up, hold a position for a decent amount of time. They're Romans, so they're going to have a decent amount of morale as well. And they probably won't give you too many morale or breaking issues. And yeah, they're a spear unit. They're going to hold. This unit is actually pretty good at picking up kills too, I've noticed. Triarii, of course, is not going to be someone, or is not going to be a unit to shy away from trying to get kills. And as you can see here, is doing just that. They are picking up a boat ton of kills. Would I exchange it out for a sorted unit though? If you are attacking, absolutely not. If you are defending, even then defending, I might opt for a sorted unit because Triarii do not have a javelin capability in Rome 2. They are a very static kind of unit. They're not very three-dimensional. They're pretty two-dimensional, kind of line them up and let them work type unit. You're not going to see them getting crazy amounts of kills with javelins because they just don't have the Pila in order to do it. They're going to sit here and do exactly what they're doing right here, which is hold and get kills. And any units that try to fight them are probably going to be met with a relative death. Unless, like you're seeing over here, they get surrounded. And then, which in that case, they will still probably do a pretty good job of holding their own. But, of course, any unit surrounded is not going to be very good morale-wise. We're going to go 2x speed for the last little bit of this battle here because the Triarii are going to be winning this battle. So, next, we're going to be moving over to Attila, guys. You know, Attila is always bringing some of the best units that I've seen in any medieval game. It's just, I don't know what it is about Attila. Maybe it's the gore and how much I love that game, but let me tell you. Rome 2 compared to Attila, if I can get Attila to run smoothly, I'm picking Attila every day, guys. Attila is just my kind of game. Yeah, it's more gory. The units are probably a lot stronger, but it's my kind of game. And yeah, anyways, enough blabbering. We already know that this battle's wrapped up here. The Triarii are just going to be wrapping up the last few barbarians here. So with that being said, we're gonna go switch over to we're gonna go switch over to Attila. So I'll see you guys in that replay. Alrighty guys, and here we are in the Attila replay. We're actually going to hit a slow-mo on this right now because we are looking at the Cornuti Signores. I believe this is the Western Roman Empire. They have some javelins and decimating first throw into these herdmen here, guys. And these guys are representing the spear side of Attila. Welcome back to the second part of this video, by the way. And we are seeing a devastating charge in here. These herdmen are down to 130 units before they even make first contact with these spears. And guys, this is gonna be a little bit longer of one because as most of you know, spearmen aren't really meant to be killing in large swaths. They're meant to sit back, hold a line, and pick up kills along the way. And right now, that is exactly what they're doing. They're just going to sit here and get kills, and they're going to try to take as little damage as possible, but these herdmen are putting down quite a beating right now on these spears. Now, down here where it is true one-on-one action, we're seeing herdmen down to 92 men and the seigneurs at 115. The heavy spears are doing their best to keep up with the kill ratio, but things are starting to get a little bit more difficult here, as you can tell by the fact that their spears going against swords. Spears going against swords is never going to be a favorable matchup for the spears. There's not really a good matchup for the spears ever, to be honest. Spears are kind of a unit that you just use to plug a gap and let your archers do work, or let another unit do work, hitting them with some sort of missiles like slingers, javelins, something. Spears are just going to be meant to sit there and hold a gap. And if you're trying to hold a settlement completely with spears, you are gravely mistaken if you think you're going to win it. Unless it is like these guys here and they have javelin capabilities, you're going to be looking at a very, very long, hard siege. So now let's look at some of the lethality of some of these guys. So down to 89 men, picked up 25 kills. Down to 99 men, I picked up 27 kills. Down to 96 men, picked up 34. 99, 31. 104, 29. 94, 22. 94, 29. 93, 32. So we're starting to see some varying things happen here. Some areas they're doing absolutely insane, and in other areas they're struggling a little bit. But now with the pullback, we are starting to see javelins do their thing, and yeah. As we all know, that's what javelins do to units that have their backs turned to them. And now we're starting to see it happen pretty much everywhere else right now, guys. We are seeing a lot of death coming for these herdmen as they try to pull out of that front line area and take heavy casualties in doing so. And as they pull out from pretty much everywhere, they are met with being surrounded and cut down, and this unit is broken and shattered. So that is wrapping up the left flank here for the herdmen, losing out pretty harshly. Now back here behind, we are seeing the spearmen having a little bit more difficulties pushing through right now. They are breaking these units, but these units are picking up a decent amount of kills. 37 kills for that herdman unit, only 11 for that one. But if we go over here to the top side, we see that this unit of herdman has 56 kills. This one has 35. So yet again, it's just varying a little bit. How much the unit varies right now, though, is kind of in favor of the spearmen. You're not really seeing an overwhelmingly bad variation for these spearmen right now. I would say so far that these spears are doing better than the Rome 2 spears, just in terms of kills and in terms of being able to hold their own. I would say that these spears are doing about 1,000,000 times better. So what we're seeing right now is the left flank that got absolutely decimated here is now starting to wrap around the backside of these swords, and you're going to see a very, very bloody exchange for these swords here as they are getting surrounded. And as we know, it doesn't matter how good a unit is, if they are surrounded on two sides, their morale is going to absolutely get decimated. And now you're starting to see that happen here by this unit being at 44 men left is going to break because they are surrounded on all sides, and in breaking they run into spears that are going to show them no mercy and cut them down as they try to get out of there. Over here on the right flank, we are seeing the first unit of spears start to waver, though. This unit is down 38 men's heads. Oh my goodness. That is heads. And now we are starting to see this unit of herdmen break through this unit of spears here, run them down, and kill them as they try to get away. And now we are seeing the left flank in all of its power start to charge up the hill to try to help out when in the middle. The balance of power is in favor of these spears. The spears so far have 1,400 men left to the enemy's 830. So things are going pretty well for the spears. They have about a 600 man advantage right now, and we are going to see javelin throws start to play a part. Javelin throws both. Oh man. Alright, things are starting to get a little framey here because, yet again, guys, it is Attila, and we all know how poorly Attila runs. If you are a Total War fan, you guys know Attila runs like absolute donkey. If you guys aren't an Attila, or if you guys aren't a Total War fan and you guys are new to Total War, Attila runs horrible. But with that being said, up here, we're starting to see these herdmen smash through another unit of spears. Yes, this is a 2-on-1, but this unit of spears did pick up 106 kills. Wait, no, they only picked up 48. This unit of herdmen has 76, and this one has 106. Never mind. So, yeah, in the middle, we're seeing things start to get wrapped up by these spears, though. Everyone's starting to get encircled. If we go back to full speed here, things are going to be very, very chunky and choppy, but that's kind of the way Attila is. And guys, this is going to be looking like the end for these herdmen. Their general's surrounded. Most of their units are surrounded. Most of their units have started to waver. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the end of this video. So, I'd like to thank you guys all for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video and want to see more in the future, let me know in the comment section down below, guys. Hit that like and subscribe button. And of course, I will see you all next time. Peace.